insane amount of credit goes to my wife. She was emotionally independent. She didn't need me to bolster her up. She handled everything. She handled everything on the home front, literally everything. And I would just go. I was on a deployment in the Navy. I was on a ship. And when you're a SEAL on a ship, there's nothing to do. You don't have a job. So you just sleep, eat, and lift is our joke. And you can only sleep, eat, and lift so long. And then we had a certain selection of movies. And so one of the movies that we had was Ace Ventura, Pet Detective with Jim Carrey. And so we did a lot of imitating Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. And we eventually went to Bahrain. And we didn't know anything about Bahrain. We didn't know what was going on there. Because there's no internet. You just know going to some random place in the desert. And then when we finally flew to Bahrain, Squad 2 was waiting for us, and they were saying, hey, this place is like, there's good times to be had. There's bars and girls and the whole 9 yards. And so they were staged and ready to take us out. We went to a bar, kind of club/bar, and I saw a tall, beautiful, blonde woman. And I walked up to her and I said, in like a Jim Carrey tone, I said, should I just call you Aphrodite's goddess of love? And she looked at me like I was an idiot, which was accurate. And then, I bought her a drink, and the rest, as they say, is history. Insane amount of credit goes to my wife. She was emotionally independent. She didn't need me to bolster her up. She handled everything. She handled everything on the home front, literally everything. And I would just go do my job. And she never complained about that. She never made any comments about it. She knew kind of the priority for me was my job. She also knew that while I was in the SEAL teams, that was my number one priority. She knew that. And I told her that. And she said, yeah, I know. I get it. You take care of your team. You take care of your platoon. You take care of your task unit. And I got this. I got these kids and this house and all that other stuff. And she never complained. She just did it. And so the vast majority of credit goes to my wife for being an awesome human being, an awesome mom to our kids. I got very, very lucky. She was emotionally independent. She was strong to be able to handle mayhem on a pretty regular basis. Having a bunch of kids to I'm gone on deployment and my wife is going to visit my wounded guys in the hospital or going to my guys' funerals. That's what she was doing. Team effort for sure, but she's the MVP. And I'm just sort of, the bench warmer over here. Now, all that being said, there's nothing really that goes on in my family that I would say no, to my wife, no, that's your fault. Because I can just about guarantee that everything is my fault. When there's something that's not right, it's a mistake that I made. I did something wrong. De-escalation, right? Because my wife, while borderline saint, she's a human being. A lot of my friends would argue that she's just a saint, but she is a human being. And, she might get mad about something. She might get frustrated with me about something. Being able to de-escalate those situations, not escalate them, is very, very beneficial. And one of the best ways to do that is by taking ownership when something goes wrong. I would say the de-escalation part, taking ownership, is definitely beneficial. If you're blaming your wife, that's not going to work out great. And just the idea of, trying to win an argument. I mean, first of all, honestly, I don't really argue with my wife. I probably have been in less than 3 or 4 arguments in my life with my wife, and I can't even really think of any right now. I just don't want to try and make myself out or make our relationship out to be something that's not. But we don't really argue very often, so I can't even really say that, hey, don't try and win an argument with your wife, because I'm not really having an argument with my wife. I guess my synopsis of this is pay attention to who you're going to get married to and try and pick someone that is emotionally independent, that has their own, that can handle life by themselves.